Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for, this is part 2 for 2023. We're going to jump right in here, Sagittarius. We're going to look at your 5th house in this first row, and this is going to represent romance, the area of romance, play, self-expression, creativity, good luck, all sorts of stuff here, Sag. So we're going to look into that. You have this concern card and also this toil and labor card. I do feel like some of you, you could be concerned about romance. We're going to obviously be looking at your 7th house as well, which is your romantic house. So we will see what comes up for you as far as love is concerned. But you might be concerned, and you might also be working a lot with that toil and labor card. So that could be kind of, making it harder or making it a little bit more difficult for you to find love. Although already your love looks pretty good. Look at this. I feel there could be a very passionate new connection that's coming in for you, especially with that Ace of Wands showing up. So if you're looking for love, there could be something new and delicious I'm hearing as well. So, take that how it resonates. But let's see what we have going on for you. You have this concern card and this toil and labor card. Again, I feel like something about value here is popping into my head, Sagittarius, like you're worried that something won't be valued. The 5th house has to do with creativity, but also like how you express yourself in the world. So you might have some like creative ideas or some ideas that you'd like to present at work or in business. And it's like you're worried that your work won't pay off, is what I'm getting here. I'm telling you right now, your work is going to pay off. So I wouldn't even worry about it. And I almost kind of feel that if you happen to have one of those ideas where you think, oh, I want to go start a YouTube channel, or I want to write this book, or whatever you want to do, I would do it, because you might be thinking like, oh, this isn't going to be well received in my work. I feel the toil and labor card is saying my work isn't going to, get me the result I'm hoping for, but it is. This could be in love as well. Again, the 5th house has to do with romance, like romancing a person or dating. And you could be worried like, oh, if I put all this work in with this person, they're going to cheat or lie or run away or whatever. And we even see that here. So you have these 7 of Wands, the Queen of Wands, which says you're very attractive at this time, Sagittarius, and the Fool and the Knight of Cups. So there's clearly someone who is foolish over you. I mean that in the best way possible. Someone new, the Fool, wants to take a leap of faith with you with that Knight of Cups. So I definitely feel there could be a new person who wants to approach you or wants to make a move towards you. But I kind of feel like you have to let it happen with this energy, or you need to allow them to sweep you off your feet, because I really feel there could be a person who wants to sweep you off your feet. Look at it going this way. If we go up, we go to the 3 of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. So it's someone who has a lot of resources, someone who really wants to put the work in with you, and someone who really wants to make things work as well. And again, I feel there could be a person coming in for you who finds you very attractive, Queen of Wands. Doesn't matter what gender you are either. I also feel that this could just be you. The thing about the Queen of Wands is that she wants to take a risk, but she's the only Wands court card that doesn't have salamanders on her cloak, and it kind of represents the fact that she's not protected from fire, or she feels like she's not protected from taking a risk, but she actually is. So it's kind of like a card, not really a fake it till you make it, but if you have an idea where you're afraid, especially in work or business, where you're afraid to present the idea or put the work in because you obviously don't want to do a bunch of work for no results, I would do it. 7 of Wands, card of conviction. It's a card that says when you know that something is going to be successful, then you'll be successful. So it's kind of like about belief. But I do have one of those moments popping into my head here where you could be worried about putting a bunch of work into something, whether it's a relationship or business or work idea, doesn't matter. And, you could be worried that you're not going to receive the end result that you want. With the 7 of Wands, you have this order card. See, I'd be careful of trying to make things too perfect is what I'm getting here, though, with this card. This card, it's a good card. It's a card of putting things in order, but it can also be a card that says you're saying to yourself, or kind of more like what I'm getting intuitively is that you could be saying to yourself, I'll do this when, everything's in perfect order, which that never happens in life. So, I kind of feel like you have to take a risk here. With that Queen of Wands, you have this discrimination card. This is like discrimination as in just being choosy, not in a bad way. It's not like racism discrimination. It's like being discriminating, like looking at the opportunities that are coming your way and saying, this makes sense, this doesn't. Kind of like weighing your options is what I'm getting here. So, I feel like you could be doing that. I feel like you are spoiled for choice at this time. I almost get kind of 7 of Cups vibes here on that discrimination card. So I do feel like you need to pick a path and, make it happen this year. With the Fool and the Knight of Cups, You have this discovery card. Look, this is you. This is Mercury in Sagittarius. And I kind of feel that this is saying that a person could be coming in, obviously, but it's saying like you have to be open to discovering like new things about people, or you have to be open to discovering like what could happen if you got together with a person or something like that. I don't know. That's like what's popping into my head here, Sag. So I would make sure that you're staying open to the opportunities as they present themselves to you, or any opportunity that presents itself to you. I would stay open to those types of things. Next, in your sixth house for like work, your daily habits, your health, your daily routines, you have the solar flare card. It says activate. You also have this Aquarius card. It says collaborate. A lot of people have had this energy of collaboration in their sixth house. And so I feel it'd be a great time, obviously, to work together with other people. I've been saying all year in 2022 that, teamwork makes the dream work. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity for us to work together with other people. We could be getting a lot of additional benefits from other people as well. So I'm a big fan of working together with other people. The sixth house also has to do with kind of like self-improvement. So if you're doing anything to improve yourself or to improve your health or your work, I feel there could be some just big improvements coming in for you in this sixth house energy. You have the Five of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. I feel like this is a little bit of overthinking energy. I kind of feel you need to stop comparing things to the past as well, is what I'm getting. And this is not like a criticism or anything like that, Sagittarius. I just think there could just be an energy this year that makes you think of the past. There could just be an energy that makes you like nostalgic or whatever. And I feel this is saying it's time to kind of like stop thinking about the past, especially if there are things that you keep going over and over and over again. I think that there's a practice that I use that I learned from Esther Hicks. And this is like, I was living in a deep, dark hole for 3.5 years of my life. And I know that doesn't sound like a long time, but it felt like forever. And literally all I started doing is I just started reaching for better thoughts. You know what I mean? And that's what Esther Hicks talks about, is if you're having a bad time, it's like, it's hard to go from, for example, like having no money to thinking, oh, I'm a millionaire. You can't just make that leap. And, some law of attraction teachers make that possible. But, what Esther teaches you to do is if like you're struggling with money or love, you just reach for just something that's just slightly better than where you're at right now. You just say like, I like the idea of having money. It's like if you have no money, you can't just, again, go to feeling like you're a millionaire, but you can say, I like the idea of being a millionaire. I like the idea of feeling like I have a lot of money. And you're just by doing that, you're just having better and better feelings. It might start small at first, but I really feel that would be very beneficial for you. With that Nine of Swords, it would be a good practice. And again, we're all at different levels. So, some of you things might be fine, but I think things are fine. It actually looks like a very good year for you, but, I just think there could be some little stinking thinking going on here. You have the Three of Cups also popping up here. Again, I think, Three of Cups sometimes reminds me of like health, wealth, happiness, like kind of the trifecta, all three together. And again, I feel kind of working on all three things would be a really good thing for you to work on this year, or to come up with some healthy habits around health, wealth, happiness would be a really good idea. These could be mental habits. They could be things that you work on. Could be the people that you surround yourself with as well, because Three of Cups is a card of celebration, happiness, in your community. So I feel like kind of surrounding yourself with the right people is important here. You have the Five of Pentacles here as well. Again, I actually think money, based off your last cards, I feel like money is fine. But Five of Pentacles says, do not call attention to your weakness. And so, again, this is all about your mindset and the things that you think about and the things that pop into your head. I would make sure that you're just keeping it more positive this year. Because, again, there might be some moments where you start sliding back to kind of like the old thoughts, the old ideas. And I think that could be the thing that keeps you stuck. But I actually see improvements here, not bad things. With the Five of Pentacles, you have birth, the birth of something new. I feel like there is clearly something new entering into your life. You have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is like out with the old, in with the new, and it's also very inspirational. It could be something that gets you very excited. Some of you literally could be having children, but obviously that's not going to be true for all of you, so I feel there could just be a new idea or something new that you're working on. With the Three of Cups, you have this egotism card. I would definitely be careful of someone coming back from the past who had an ego. It's very weird that you really don't have anything that represents the past here, except that Nine of Swords sometimes I feel can be us kind of like thinking about the past. But, I do feel this energy of the past. I'm not going to like sugarcoat it here. So I would be careful if you have a person from the past who's like a jerk, who's has an ego, who's trying to come back from the past, I would definitely avoid that energy at all cost with this card, because I am getting something there, and I feel like this person affects your health. That's why it's showing up in the sixth house. I feel like this person, maybe when they're around, you're not healthy, or maybe they affect your mental health, right? I'd be careful of that. With the Nine of Swords, you have this practicality card. Yeah, I think this is talking about being very practical, just kind of like following those rules. Like I said, just reach for better thoughts with the Nine of Swords. I also feel like it could say that, with the Nine of Swords, we can choose to be the bug or the windshield. It is my bug or windshield card. If you look right here, there's a person in this carving that's getting hit by a sword. It's like you can be the person with the sword that's doing the hitting, or the person that's getting hit. And it's kind of like a choice. And I feel you need to kind of like make the practical choice. I also feel like this is saying, like, if things aren't working in work, that doing the practical things that have always worked could be the thing that kind of moves you forward, especially if you're like a little bit stuck. So that's what I'd say there. Next, in your seventh house for relationships and marriage, and also long-term commitments, could be like contracts, things like that. You have this All That Glitters card, and also this Yin energy card. So I feel like things, I feel like it might be why this past energy is coming up, because what I'm getting here intuitively is that you've recently or in the past have dealt with people where it's like they are not who they appear to be. They present themselves one way, but maybe they're not liars. Some of them obviously could have been, but maybe they don't lie, but maybe they just kind of come off in a certain way, but that's not actually who they are. And so I feel like you've dealt with a lot of people, who have worn a mask. And this has put you maybe in a little bit more of a withdrawn position, or you're just not wanting to kind of put yourself in a position where you're going to get hurt again. So I feel like you've been in this yin energy, more kind of receptive, but also maybe more kind of withdrawn, if that makes sense. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. So there's definitely like some sort of passionate new beginning coming in for you. I feel there's a person coming in for you. Could be another fire sign I'm getting. You have everything here. You also have a lot of earth showing up here as well. So could be an earth sign. Again, take it how it resonates, but I do feel there's like a passionate new beginning, something new coming in for you with this Ace of Wands, something very exciting. It's like something that gets you out of bed in the morning, something that, really motivates you to action is what I'm getting here. There's a major change here. It's very interesting because I kind of feel maybe the beginning of this year starts a little bit slow for you just based off of this, and not even based off of part one, which I'll have linked up down below, by the way. But it's like things maybe start off a little bit slow, but then I think all of a sudden there's something like very motivational that happens to you. It might not even be in love, although I do feel like that's part of it. I feel like there's more to this story is what I'm getting here. It could be a creative project, or just maybe you finally get that new job you've been hoping for, or you improve your finances in some way. And it's like something, we're going to clearly look into this. You have the Nine of Cups here, which is like wishes and wish fulfillment. Some of you, I get this energy of like surrender. Like Nine of Cups is a card of wishes and wish fulfillment, but he is also bathing in an energy of having something that he wants. The Nine of Cups is about having something that you want before you have it. So if you want love, and this is the seventh house that we're talking about here, you have to be in the energy of love before you can have love. So I always tell people the Nine of Cups, go love a dog, go love a cat, go be in nature, be around something that you love to do. If you are practicing the energy of love, then you will receive love. But I get more of this energy of surrendering, like in a good way. You're just kind of like more just at peace, letting things flow and go. And I think that is the energy that is bringing a person in for you. And it could be a Capricorn. You have the Queen of Pentacles here. And I feel it's also someone who's very resourceful, very adaptable. I feel like this person that you could be attracting, I feel they kind of can adapt to situations very quickly. That's probably the thing that kind of stands out to you. I think you could put this person anywhere in the world, and they would survive, So it's like that type of person. I feel like they have that level of security about them. I hope that makes sense, where they're, I feel they could be anywhere and they're perfectly fine. I also do feel something about your finances here. Again, seventh house has to do with your relationships, and maybe it's not like a relationship, but we have a relationship to money, right? All of us. But I see your relationship to your finances improving significantly. I feel like you're starting to trust yourself more, number one. I also feel like as we move through the year, like when we get into the year, past the first 3 months or so, I would say, it's like I feel like you start believing in yourself. With the Ace of Wands, reminds me of the movie The Matrix, where, Neo says about, or I should say that Who is it that says that? Someone says he's beginning to believe about Neo in the Matrix. And I kind of get that energy here where it's like you're beginning to believe that things are possible. And because of that, they are possible. With the Queen of Pentacles, yep, you have this Endurance card. Could be a Scorpio that you're attracting as well. But this Endurance card is exactly how I feel about this person. I feel like they have a lot of energy, and I also get this energy of them being a survivor. So I don't know what that means, but you could be attracting a person who's like a survivor who can survive pretty much anything. I also feel like you're building endurance in your finances. And what I mean by that is I feel that some of you could be like saving money, but also you could be making your money work for you by investing it or doing those things. And I feel that would be good, obviously. With the Nine of Cups, you have this affair card. Definitely could be love coming in for you. This is not like a bad affair, like cheating. This is like a love affair, just love entering into your life. So I definitely feel that you are attracting a person into your life. The weird thing is, other than the description of this person, I am not getting any details. We might actually pull a couple extra cards at the end. But sometimes I think we're just not meant to know, right? I'm not really getting anything about how you will meet this person, where they're coming from, so we're probably going to ask that in just a minute. With the Ace of Wands, you have this drama card. You're done with the drama, for sure. Again, I feel with that Mask card, it's like you've had these that we saw at the beginning of this. You've experienced drama. You've experienced, but I feel it's more just people not presenting themselves as they actually are. It's like maybe they're not lying, but maybe they kind of present themselves in a certain way to make themselves seem a certain way, but they're actually not. We're going to ask for details right now. This new person that is coming in for Sagittarius, can we get details on how or like what? You have the King of Swords here. This person could be like an expert on something. That could be like a doctor or lawyer. King of Swords always reminds me of someone who's very, like on the positive side of things, very responsible, respectful, has a lot of wisdom. So, and also could be like a little bit older than you as well. You also have the Queen of Cups. Very kind, caring, nurturing, very good person. Still no details on how you're going to meet this person. And Page of Pentacles, I mean, just a new person. I just think you're not meant to know. Again, I always say, like, I don't claim to know everything, and I wouldn't trust any intuitive that claims to know everything. So maybe you're just not meant to know how you're going to meet this person. But, I kind of described them. So when you meet them, I feel like you will know. Next, in your 8th house, represents like other people's money. Resources, debts, death, things like that. You have the stability card. It says you will be stable and very prosperous. Exactly what I was saying. Make stability a top priority and commitment in your life. And it says, and commit yourself to consistency. I think that's the key word here for you. We're going to come back to this. You also have this fleeting card that says you're transitioning phase of your career. You could be going from one career to another. It says if you keep faking it or winging it, you will end up going nowhere fast. So, see, I feel like consistency is key. The 8th house has to do with intimacy, shared resources, like other people's money as well. But I do feel this is career related. And I feel that for some of you, maybe you've been like trying to find yourself in your career, find out what you want to do for work or business or whatever. And I feel like once you stick to something, that's where the success is going to come in for you. With this energy, I actually get good fake it till you make it energy here. I'm not a big fan of faking it till you make it. Again, 9 of Cups. I feel like if we just step into the energy, then we can just become something that we want. There's no faking that needs to happen. But you do have the King of Swords here. He doesn't necessarily fake it till you make it, but he's perfectly open to learning as he goes. Which is similar but different, right? So I feel like this is saying, like, if there's something you want to do in your life in work or business, eighth house doesn't really have to do with work or business, but it kind of does because it's other people's money. If like someone is paying you to do work, then obviously that's other people's money. But I kind of feel like there could be an opportunity for you to learn as you go. You could be expanding in your career. You have the 8 of Cups, the 6 of Swords, and the 4 of Cups. I do get that some of you have definitely had your share of like debt issues and things like that. Again, 8th house can be other people's money, which could be like debts, insurance, taxes, stuff like that. And, I feel luckily that you're kind of like walking away from these issues. I feel like you've had to clear them up. It's not like it's been easy. I feel like you've had to put a lot of work in to correct some of these things, but it looks to me like you've corrected some things, and he's walking towards the 9 of Cups. He's walking towards fulfillment. So I do feel for some of you, I get this sense of releasing burdens, almost like 10 of Wands type of feeling here on this 8 of Cups. So it's like you're releasing the burdens maybe that you've been experiencing in some areas of your life. You have the 6 of Swords here. big improvements coming in for you. I do feel that this is a change. Again, that card there says change in career, and Six of Swords can represent leaving one thing behind so that you can move on to calmer shores. These people in this boat, they are leaving everything behind. This woman and child, they only have the clothing on their back, and they're not bringing anything with them. It represents like a complete fresh start, which we see with that Ace of Wands. I kind of feel this reading is very simple, as always, for you. I feel like this part of your sky, these 4 houses, 5 through 8, I feel they're really talking about a fresh start energy. So I think there's big fresh start energy coming in for you, which I would say is a good thing. You also have the 4 of Cups here. I feel like you've had a lot of disappointments in the past. It's kind of like this reading isn't good or bad. It's, I feel like the beginning of it is just okay, and you have that 5 of Pentacles there, feeling left out. But I really feel it's like fresh energy, fresh start energy. And I feel like if you can be consistent in moving towards a fresh start, then you're going to be very successful. With the 8 of Cups, you have this control card. I feel like you're releasing control. This card reminds me of the World card. There's also an Ouroboros right here. The Ouroboros represents reinvention. So I do feel a lot of you could be it's not like you're changing who you are, but I do feel that you're going through a change, and it's going to probably lead to, a lot of success and abundance for you, I would say. With the 6 of Swords, you have this status card. I feel you're probably meeting a person where the two of you gain status together. Probably like the one thing that really stands out to me this year is this card. It's come out for quite a few people. So I feel for a lot of us that, we could just be finding people who we are better with together. How that's nice, right? Being in a relationship with a person where you're actually better together, not worse, right? And so there could be like a major improvement there. I also feel if you're moving on to calmer shores, or if you're kind of leaving something behind and going towards a completely new, fresh start, you could be gaining status because of that. And with the 4 of Cups, you have this exaltation card. I like this quite a bit. Here's the thing. I feel like a little bit of, I don't know if it's like stinking thinking over here in the beginning of the reading, but I feel that it's like, I get that energy of having been through something a bunch of times with that 4 of Cups, and like saying to yourself, do I really want to be disappointed again? Do I really want to be hurt again, or whatever? But it's not like one thing, is what I'm getting here on the 4 of Cups. I feel like, again, this could be a change that you're making, like moving, having a fresh start. But really, I feel it's like a blessing. This fresh start is a blessing that's coming in for you here, Sagittarius. So pretty simple. We're going to pull 5 themes now to see if there's anything that I have missed. So let's see. You start with this vase card. It says secret admirer. That is probably why we couldn't get any details on this person, because it's probably a secret. But just know that you have an admirer. Can we get like more details here? Probably not. It says purse. Pay attention to your finances. Maybe you could meet this person through work. I also kind of have, take this how it resonates, but I have school popping into my head. Either you work at a school, or maybe you're going to college or something like that, or whatever. You could be meeting this person through school, but it could also be like a class, like if you're taking a class or something. You have this Spirit card. It says heartache over what you no longer have. We talked about this, reaching for a better thought with that 9 of Swords, right? That is definitely the practice I would be practicing. I do feel some of you are definitely have been going through something heartbreaking. For some of you, I feel, it's, I really don't have a good way to say this. I feel like I have a very strong connection to something if I put myself in your shoes, and it's like I can't have it back though. So it's that type of loss, like where you feel a strong connection. Maybe you need to practice some cord cutting. Maybe you need to just pray, right? Ask the universe, God, whoever you pray to, doesn't matter. It could be yourself, to remove something from your life. You have this broken wishbone card. It says wish will not be granted. I pulled this other card as well because whenever I get one of these month cards, you have this March card right here. I always pull an extra card. So some of you, there could be a broken wish in March, but can we get more details on what this could be? It says work, achievement, success. I really don't think, I think this is more of a disappointment is what I would say to you. And I don't think it's a disappointment. I feel like it's saying don't stop, basically. I also feel like it's saying if there is a disappointment in something that you're working on in March of this year, then get help. I feel like this is saying there are people who can kind of turn something around. You are Sagittarius. You are Temperance card. You can turn a negative into a positive. You can also turn a positive into a negative. But I would be... intuitively, I kind of feel like there could be something that you're wishing to happen in work or business in March or around that time frame. Maybe it doesn't work out how you want it to. And I feel like this is saying, don't let it go. Fix it. Plain and simple. You have this wall card. It says misunderstandings. I saw like a misunderstanding somewhere around here. But anyway, I feel like your misunderstandings will be if there are misunderstandings this year, it will come up through perfection, meaning like maybe you want certain things to be perfect. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I would just like allow things to be messy, is kind of what I'm getting there. You also have this candle card. It says you will be shown the way. There is this energy of release. Remember, I was saying about that Nine of Cups of just kind of like, I wouldn't even call it go with the flow energy. It's just like a releasing energy. The more you can be in that, the better. I feel like you will be shown the way if you do that. But good stuff. I feel like there is a fresh start coming in here. That's like the thing I would be focusing on, Sag. So thank you for being here, Sagittarius. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.